Hey, friends, let's begin standing. Have your feet about shoulder width or so, and then relax your arms down by your sides, close your eyes, and just take a moment here to begin to draw your awareness inward so you really notice how it feels to be in your body today at this time. And make sure you're grounding equally through both feet. Relax your jaw, and then begin to notice your breath, but don't worry about controlling it or shaping it. First, just take a moment here to feel its rhythm. Just feel your body breathe. Okay, now at this point, continue to breathe freely, but begin to turn your head side to side like you're saying no, moving your chin toward one shoulder, then the other shoulder. And for this one, you can keep your eyes closed. You can open them if you like. Either way is good. Let's begin to create a little circulation up in the cervical area. All right, now head up and down like you're saying yes. Chin towards your chest, then chin up. And then put those two together. So bring your chin down toward your chest, then move your chin toward one shoulder. Lift your chin up, chin to the other shoulder, and then down again. And now reverse it, go the other direction. All right, good. Let's move down to the shoulders. Lift your shoulders up and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Slide them down and spread your shoulder blades. Lift them up, squeeze them together, slide them down, and then spread your shoulder blades. And then begin to get your spine a little more involved, almost like you're doing cat cow. So when you squeeze your shoulder blades together, inhale here and see if you can lengthen the area between your sternum and navel. And then when you spread your shoulder blades, exhale and shorten that area between your sternum and navel. So inhale here and exhale here. All right, now make a big backward circle with your left arm. At this point, keep the rest of your body really still. So you just isolate your left shoulder joint. Right now, get the rest of your body involved. Like someone tossed a ball to you and they tossed it a little too far. So you really have to reach for it and follow with your eyes. As you do this opening part right here, make sure you're still grounding through both feet, though. All right, now change that. Make a big backward circle with your right arm, but at first keep the rest of your body really still so you isolate your right shoulder joint. Now get the rest of your body involved. Like someone tossed that ball on this side and they tossed it a little too far. Follow with your eyes, but keep grounding through both feet. Palms together, make a circular motion with your hands. So you begin to mobilize your wrist and elbows a bit. And then once you have that circular motion going with your hands, see if you can make some circles with your hips as well. Okay, now reverse both. So go the other direction with your hands and your hips. Good. Now start to shake your hands out like your hands are wet and you're trying to shake the water off. Keep breathing freely through your nose. Keep relaxing your jaw. And then add a little bouncing as well. So bend your knees kind of quickly. So you bounce as you shake your hands. Try to wake up your upper body from this kind of quick movement with your legs. All right, good. Now, from here, I'm just assuming that you're facing the front of your mat. Let's just take a step back. So step your left foot back, and we're gonna start the Tai Chi warrior from here. So as you take your left foot back, bend your left knee. As you see, my left toes are turned all the way out. Bend your left knee and take weight on this foot, but see if you can still sit up really tall and release your tailbone toward the floor. And then right hand up over your right foot, left hand under your heart like it's giving an offering. Let's take a few breaths here. Okay, now shift more weight on your left foot and maybe lift your right foot off the floor. That's a pretty good way to measure if your feet are too far apart. So if your feet are really far apart, that will be almost impossible. If they're about this shoulder width or so, you should be able to take more weight on your left foot so your right foot gets really light. Then take a few breaths. Now, from here, just shift weight onto your right foot. So you're still facing the front of your mat. Your right toes are pointing toward the front of your mat. Shift weight onto your right foot and bend your right knee and turn your shoulder so you pull your right hand back and push with your left hand. Usually at this point, I need to readjust my back for a little bit. That's fine. But now take more weight, almost all of your weight on your front foot. All right, now the next time you inhale, pull back, shift weight onto your left foot, block with your right hand. As you exhale, shift weight onto your right foot, bend your right knee and push toward the front of your mat. Inhale as you pull back and blocking with your right hand, shifting weight onto this back foot. And then as you exhale, shift weight onto your front foot, turn your shoulders, and push your left hand toward the front of your mat. Let's keep going back and forth. Of course, as always, see if you can make the movement and the transitions nice and smooth. If you haven't already, begin to stretch the breath as well. Breathing through your nose, but preferably not hearing the breath move in and out of your throat like it's your mantra. So you're practicing ujjayi pranayama. All right, good. Now step your left foot forward to the front of your mat again. Just take a few breaths here, kind of like in a wide-footed mountain pose. And now let's change that. Step your right foot back and turn your right toes out. Bend your right knee so you have more weight on that foot. See if you can release your tailbone down so you can relax your low back. Left hand up against doing the blocking, right hand under your heart like it's giving the offering. Take a few breaths here, and like on the first side, do a little test by shifting more weight onto your back foot, and maybe even lifting your front foot off the floor. See how that feels. You might need to shorten your stance. You may need to make more distance between your feet as well. Okay, now shift weight onto your left foot and bend your left knee. Turn your shoulders, pull your left hand back, and push your right hand toward the front of your mat. Like there's a door at the front of your mat and trying to push it open. And like the first, let's go back and forth. So as you inhale, pull back, shift weight onto your right foot and block with your left hand. As you exhale, shift weight onto your left foot and push with your right hand. Shift weight onto your back foot and then your front foot. As always, for this one, remember whatever foot has the weight on it, you're bending that knee. Bending the knee of the side that has the weight. All right, great. Now just step forward to the front of your mat again. Take a few breaths here. Okay, let's work on balancing a little bit more. So shift your weight onto your left foot so you can lift your right foot off the floor. Lift your right foot up. Use your hands however you need for balance, even if that means touching something like a wall or a chair. Focus your eyes, take a few more breaths here. And if you want to make it more challenging and you feel really stable, you can always close your eyes, but keep breathing. All right, let's change that. Now bring your right foot down, lift your left foot up. Focus your eyes, at least at first. Stand nice and tall. Okay, both feet down. Now let's go back to that first side of the Tai Chi warrior. So step your left foot back. We're going to do that little sequence again, but we're going to add more of the balancing component. So now, the scenario here is that I talk about when, imagine someone's trying to hit you, you kind of shift right back and you kind of block with this hand. Let's also imagine you're going to block with your front shin. So as you pull back and bend this back knee, your left knee, maybe you lift your right foot off the floor and stand really tall. Just for a second, and then bend your left knee again so you can softly bring your right foot down, and then do that pushing action again. Then pull back, shift weight onto your left foot. Maybe lift your right foot off the floor and find your balance for a moment. And then softly bring your right foot back to the floor. Shift weight onto that right foot and push. Let's try that maybe 5 or 6 more times. All right, great. Then step both feet forward, take a breath there, and change that. Step your right foot back, bend that knee, lock with the left hand, and when you're ready, shift all of your weight onto your right foot so you can lift your left foot up. Stand really tall at this point, and then bend your right knee so you can softly bring your left foot back to the floor and give the push. Keep going. All right, great. Then step back to the front of your mat. Just take a few last breaths here in this wide-footed mountain pose. Okay, now lean forward and just bring your fingertips to the floor. That may require you to bend your knees. It's fine if you do. But bring your fingertips down. Have your toes pointing forward toward the front of your mat. And like I said a couple times, right? Have your feet at least hip width, if not even wider than that. Okay, now, when you're ready here, just bend your knees. Begin to sink your hips and have your arms between your knees. And then when you're ready, you can also lift your heels off the floor. So you get your hips low, but look forward and try to extend your spine again. Now, the next time you exhale, press your heels down and your hips up. Relax your neck. And let's do that again. Come into this kind of tiptoe squat. Look forward, arms between your knees. And then as you exhale, press your heels down and your hips up. Let's just try 5 or 6 more of those. Continue warming up our legs and hips. Okay, now shoot your right foot back into a lunge and bring your hands to the inside of your left foot. And once you're in this kind of lizard lunge, make some movements with your hips as you begin to sink deeper into the lunging. All right, now bring your right knee to the floor. Turn your shoulders to your left and reach your left hand up. Okay, let's do a little movement here and mobilization of the thoracic spine. So as you exhale now, bring your left elbow toward the floor inside your left foot. It might not make it all the way down, that's fine. But then when you inhale, reach your left hand back up, turn your shoulders and open your chest. And repeat as you exhale, bring your left elbow down. And inhale, reach your left hand up, turn your shoulders. Just try maybe 5 or 6 more of those. At this point, no, try to keep your hips really still as opposed to earlier when we were moving our hips. Now try to keep stabilizing your hips so we get some rotation in our the middle part of our spine. Now this time, keep your left hand up. Take a few slow, smooth breaths here. Yeah, and both hands down. And let's just change sides. So when you're ready, now step your right foot forward to the outside of your right hand and shoot your left foot back. Once you're there, make some movements with your hips. Check out this side. Okay, then bring your left knee down, turn your shoulders to your right and reach your right hand up. Like the first time, maybe 5 or 6 times. Exhalations, right elbow toward the floor. Inhalations, reach your right hand up, turn your shoulders and open your chest. And once it feels like you've gone to both sides an equal number of times, keep your right hand up for a few breaths. Okay, both hands down. Now step back into down dog. And once you're in down dog, maybe pedal your feet back and forth a little bit and or shift your hips a little bit side to side. Now let's go through some kneeling salutes next. So now as you inhale, rock forward all fours and extend your spine so your sternum moves away from your navel. And then Exhale the child's pose, tightening your abdomen. And this inhale, sweep your arms up and open the fronts of your hips. And then exhale back to child's pose. Inhale to your hands and knees, and then exhale back to dog pose. Let's do it again. Inhale to all fours, lift your chest and look forward. Exhale to child's pose, tighten your abdomen on the way back. Inhale as you reach up and open the fronts of your hips. And then exhale back to child's pose. Inhale up to all fours, then exhale back to dog pose. Let's go through a few more kneeling salutes on your own, at your own pace. Like earlier, stretching the breath so it lasts a little bit longer than the movement does. All right. And next time you're on all fours, let's stop there again. And we're going to work on bird pose. So one thing that I don't always explain, take time to explain, but I will today, is when we do this bird pose, ideally you want to do your best to avoid lifting one hip up. So I'm going to lift this leg up, but I want to avoid lifting my hip up too for what for our purposes anyway. So one way to do that, to help with that, is to make sure you're pressing down equally into both hands. When I lift my left leg up, chances are I'm going to take more weight on my left hand as well. So push both, even before you lift your leg up, push both hands to the floor, especially through the inner edges of your hands. So you feel all the knuckles of your index fingers and thumbs pressing down, and even spread your shoulder blades like you're really trying to push the floor away. And then bring your knees really close together so they're in the center. Now lift your left leg back and up and see if you can push down equally into both hands. And that will help, as I'm kind of implying here, that your hips will stay relatively level. Even see if you can do a little internal rotation of your left thigh. So like I'm trying to spin my left inner thigh up away from the floor as best I can. And then take a few more slow, smooth breaths here. All right, now change sides. So bring your left knee down. When both knees are down, start there again. Push the floor away with both hands equally, and then lift your right leg up. And do your best to spin your right inner thigh up away from the floor. Keep pushing away with both hands and keep breathing. Okay, both knees down. Let's go back to the first side, and then we'll add the circumduction, the big circular movement. Same idea. Push the floor away. Lift your left leg back and up, and doing your best to keep your hips level still. Bring your left knee out to the side, and then forward. Left leg back and up, out to the side and forward. Make a big circle with your left leg. Keep pushing into both hands equally. And now reverse it, go the other direction. Good. Change sides. Right leg back and up. Keep pushing the floor away. And then make the circular motion with your right leg. Then reverse it. Okay, once it feels like you've gone to both sides an equal number of times, then let's sit back in the child's pose. So not for child's pose, you want your knees about shoulder width or so. You can bring your big toes together, though. Sit towards your heels, forehead toward the floor. Stay here and focus on breathing into your back, like you're directing the breath into the area behind your heart. All right, now let's slide forward right in the crocodile pose. And then we'll just take a few full, smooth breaths here. And while you're here, really focus on filling your torso with breath. So as you inhale, feel your lower abdomen kind of pushing the floor. Feel your lower back lift a little bit away from the floor. The sides of your rib cage expand, back of your rib cage expand, like you're really filling your entire torso with breath. And let's go into this frog crocodile combo. Bring your left knee out to the side. So your left knee's at like a 90-degree angle and point your left toes out to the left as well. And then if you like a little more challenge, you can keep your left knee down, but lift your left foot up and down. Left foot and ankle up and down. So you internally rotate that left thigh. And then ask your left foot and ankle to hover. Okay, bring it down. And let's change sides. Now stretch or bring your right knee out to the side and turn your right toes out to that side as well. And then when you're ready, lift your right foot and ankle up and down, maybe 5 or 6 times. And then ask your right foot and ankle to hover off the floor. All right, slide your legs together. Now, let's do the locust crocodile combo. This is a good one, really good for strengthening your glutes. It's challenging, but really great for strengthening the glutes. So, still with your head down, lift your legs up. So, lift your feet, lift your shins, get your knees off the floor. So, even get as much thigh off the floor as you can. And then when you inhale, just open your legs as wide as you can. And when you exhale, squeeze your legs together. Inhale, open your legs wide. And exhale, as you squeeze your legs together. And try that 5 or 6 more times. Okay, then relax. Let's go right into the side scorpion now. So bring your left arm onto the side with your palm facing down. Roll to your left and bring your right foot toward the floor, someplace near your left hand. It won't reach, but imagine you're going to try sting your left hand with your right foot like it's a scorpion tail. And then slide your other foot away in the other direction. So think about moving your feet in opposite directions. Take a few slow, smooth breaths here. All right, and then let's change that to bring your right arm up to the side, palm down. Roll to your right. Imagine you bring your left foot to your right hand. Then slide your right foot in the other direction. Just trying to separate your feet. Unwind. And now let's come into Sphinx pose. So you're on your abdomen again, but elbows directly under your shoulders. See if you can grip with your forearms and pull your rib cage away from your hips, create some more length. And once you create some length, then bend your knees and make some circles with your shins. As always, if this part bothers your low back, you can always keep your knees straight as well. And then reverse it, go the other direction. All right, now stay in Sphinx just a little bit longer, or if you like, you can lift into a bigger cobra or upward facing dog. Any one of those three are good. And then one more time back into down dog. And this time in down dog, maybe press your thighs back a little further. Okay, let's come down to all fours. Just cross your ankles, have a seat. And then let's balance just for a moment here in boat pose. So hold your thighs, then lean back a little bit so you can lift your feet off the floor. Now, of course, this is our first option. More intense would be to not hold your thighs. Still more intense, knees straight. Any one of those three are good though. So either here, here, or here is good for another, I don't know, 30 seconds. Okay, good. Then bring your feet to the floor about the width of your mat again. Lean back on your hands. Let's do some easy seated windshield wipers. So when you exhale, drop your knees to one side. When you inhale, bring them back up. And again, for this one, it's usually best if your feet are pretty wide, like at least as wide as your yoga mat. Don't be afraid to take some weight on your hands so you don't feel any compression in your spine. Okay, now drop your knees to your right and set up a good 90 positions. You've got 90-degree angles in both knees. And then bring your hands to the floor outside your right thigh for a twist. Just practice being still for a moment. Maybe slow down the momentum of your breath a little more. All right, now unwind a little bit and just lift your left knee up and down like your left leg is a clamshell, opening and closing. All right, then just lean over your right shin over here. Might feel good to make some movements with your upper body to find a good spot. Let's change that. Now drop your knees to your left. Set up the 90-90 position here and then do a little twist. All right. Unwind a little bit. And then lift your right knee up and down like it's the clamshell. And then lean over your left shin. Great. Now unwind, stretch both legs forward and sit up nice and tall in staff pose. So you're facing the front of your mat again, sitting up real tall. Press your palms or your fists down. Lift your sternum, but lower your chin. Take a few slow, smooth breaths here. And now bend your right knee and just use your hands to massage your right foot. Try to wake up all its little joints. And then bring your right foot to your inner left thigh. Reach forward with your left hand to maybe hold your left toes or your left ankle. And then turn to the right and reach your right hand toward the ceiling. Reach your right fingertips up toward the ceiling. The left fingertips are holding your toes or something close to your toes. Sit up really tall. Take a few full, smooth breaths into the right side of your rib cage as if you could breathe more into your right lung. Okay, good. Then unwind. And let's just change that. Stretch your right leg forward, bend your left knee, and use your hands to massage your left foot. And bring your left foot to your inner right thigh. Hold your right toes or ankle or something over here, and then reach your left fingertips to the ceiling. And then once you're reaching up, focus on breathing into the left side of your rib cage and your left lung. All right, good. Then bring the soles of your feet together. Let's have a couple options. Either the butterfly when your feet are really close to your hips, or this very chef star pose where your feet are further from your hips. Either one is good. And then once you're doing one of those two, just begin to lean forward over your feet. Okay, good. Now go ahead and lie onto your back. And once you're on your back, draw your knees into your chest. Just make some circles with them. So you massage your lower back on the floor a bit. Go the other direction. Okay, let's do a little bridging. Now, if you've been following with these live classes over the last few weeks, you noticed in the last at least week or two, I've been kind of reversing the breathing that we usually do in bridge. Really, both ways are fine. In some ways, it's just more interesting and beneficial to exhale when you push your hips up. I feel like maybe get a little more glute engagement when we do that. So have your feet about hip width and parallel. And then for this one, you just keep your arms down. But when you exhale, push your feet into the floor, engage your glutes, and press your hips toward the ceiling. So you feel the fronts of your hips open up. And then when you inhale, just slowly lower your hips. Exhale, push your hips up. And then inhale, you slowly lower your hips. Let's do that 5 or 6 more times. Every repetition, maybe open the fronts of your hips a little bit more at the top. And then keep your hips up and take a few slow, smooth breaths here. Make sure you're really grounding through both. Even press your big toes into the floor. All right, then lower your hips. Now, this time without using your hands, meaning keeping your hands on the floor. Draw your knees into your chest and make those circles again. So, like we did earlier, you massage your lower back on the floor, but you also engage your abdomen to make those movements happen. And go the other direction. All right, let's just do the supine windshield wipers, but what like they're turned off. So just bend your knees, drop them to your left, and keep them there. Turn your head to the right, and if it feels good, you can bring your left ankle on your right thigh. So your right thigh has a deep internal rotation again. And take a few slow, smooth breaths here. You should feel something going on, ideally in the front of your right hip, maybe in the right side of your waist. Change sides. All right, pull your knees into your chest in. Let's practice Tadaka Mudra. Dale's favorite. Now reach your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, and press into your palms. Also press into the soles of your feet. So use the strength of your arms and legs to really lengthen your spine. Tuck your chin, exhale all the breath out. Very end of exhale, suck your navel back so you hollow out your abdomen for a second or two, and it resembles an empty pool. And relax your abdomen. Inhale and repeat. Exhale all the breath out. Then all three bandhas, emphasizing Uddiyana Bandha so you hollow out your abdomen for a second. Let's try that one more time. All right, then relax your arms and legs. Take a minute to do whatever it feels like you need to do to make yourself super comfortable for Shavasana. Do whatever it feels like you need to do so you're super comfortable. Once you have settled in, of course, make sure you relax your jaw, soften your eyes, even release your breath. So you're not trying to shape it or control it. Just observe it here and take a few moments to watch your navel rise and fall on each breath, helping to integrate body and mind. And now shift your awareness so you begin to feel the breath rise and fall through both nostrils. Feel the breath rise and fall through both nostrils and notice if the flow of the breath is stronger through your left or right side. Notice if your left or right nostril is more open and more active. Once you've noticed which nostril does feel more active, draw your knees into your chest and roll to that side. Roll to the side of the dominant nostril and then stand that side, using your bottom arm as a pillow for a moment to allow the nostril flow to balance out. And begin to work your way up to seated. You can come into any comfortable seated posture. And once you're sitting nice and tall, close your eyes again and practice Jiva Mudra by bringing the tip of your tongue to touch the gum line where the roof of your mouth and your front teeth meet. Tip of your tongue now touches the gum line where the roof of your mouth and your front teeth meet. Let's also practice prana shuddhi, which is kind of like a mental alternate nostril breathing. Without controlling your breath, the next time you inhale, just feel the breath move up your right nostril. And next time you exhale, notice the breath moving down your left nostril. Now reverse it. As you inhale, feel the breath ascend through your left nostril. And then as you exhale, feel the breath descend down the right. And continue at your own pace. But remember, you're not trying to control or shape your breath here. Simply observing the sensation the breath creates when it moves through one nostril at a time. And you keep alternating sides. If your mind begins to wander, that's okay. But if you notice it wandering, bring it back. Just watching the flow of the breath rise and fall through one nostril at a time. All right, and bring your palms together to Anjali Mudra. Take one last moment to enjoy the peace you've created through the practice. And so to create a little heat in your hands. Once you've built some heat, rest your hands over your eyes, feel it moving in, recharging your senses. And take one last slow, smooth breath in here. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed class. Have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you again soon.